it is Professor Shane here to talk to you about adjunct side hustles. This is not just for adjuncts, this is also good for students. It's good to have a side hustle. I'm here to talk about them. So a quick side note on why being an adjunct professor means having to have a side hustle. Something you guys have to know, adjuncts don't make that much. If you want to know about how much an adjunct makes approximately per semester, which you can calculate per year, head on over to my video. I'm pointing this way. I'm not sure if I'll be able to put it up here, but I'm not sure which corner it'll be, here or here, but I have a video on how much does an adjunct make. So make sure to take a look at that, and then you'll understand why adjunct professors need side hustles. So let's get started. So the very first side hustle I want to talk about is camp counselor. Now, me personally, I have never taught a class during the summer. It's actually a blessing in disguise because then I'm able to actually do some prepping during the summer in order to prepare for the fall and spring. However, the first time that I experienced my first summer doing this, I actually worked as a camp counselor, specifically as a media program director for Chestnut Lake Camp. It was awesome. Very, very new experience for me. If you want to know more about Chestnut Lake Camp, I'll put a link down in the description down below. They're always looking for camp counselors, much like there are a lot of camps that are out there. There's a difference between sleepaway camp and day camp. Sleepaway camp is when you actually go to live there, and and your room and board are free. And then day camp, you get to go there, do your camp counselor thing, and then you get to go home. It's perfect for adjuncts who do not work during the summer because it's only a summer position. It's mainly working with kids anywhere from between the ages of 6 or 7 to 17 years old, and it could be on any number of things like art or sports or media. There's been a lot of pop-up robotics camps that have been out there, so it's you really take it as what you will. The next side hustle is being a server. I was not a server since I have not been a server since I've been an adjunct professor, but it's one of those things that's also very flexible. It can be lucrative depending on your position and where you work. For example, if you do fine dining, those are some fine tips. The next side hustle is being a tutor. So the great thing about being a tutor is it's sort of like teaching, but instead of being with a group of people, it's only one-on-one. So for example, for me, being in psychology, I would tutor, not that I have done tutoring, but if I did tutor, I would tutor about psychology. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay. Another side hustle, this is specifically for psychology majors, is doing clinical work. So if you're an undergrad, doing clinical work may be doing some sort of internship, but once you're out of school, you got your master's, you're doing fine, you got some student loans coming in, so you need to make sure to figure out how to make some money. I would say clinical work. So there's a ton of therapy jobs that are out there depending on where you're at, where you live, and how much the demand is out there. These last two side hustles in particular are online, and they are teaching online English as a teacher and being a YouTuber. So teaching online English to children overseas is actually a really helpful tool to help others learn English. You mostly work with children, but there are some sites such as Cambly where you work with adults. So it can be very lucrative. It is a side hustle, so depending on how much time you put in will also depend on how much work you get done and how much you get paid. And for when it comes to some sites, I will link in the description down below for some online English teacher positions that I know that are out there. And lastly, being a YouTuber, kinda hard work, kinda have to ramp up for a few months or maybe a year or a few years to for it to start making an income. But it's one of those things that's sort of a passion project, and it can make a lot of income once you get to that point. So that's it. Those are just some of my side hustle recommendations. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a question about being an adjunct or a student or psychology, please feel free to ask in the comment description down below. I'm Shane, and I'll see you later.